Okay, I think that's what I wanted to do. Oh, I can't see. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, what an awful sound. Okay. Now. Ugh. Oh, good. It says hi. Good. Hold on. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, low, hi, low. It's off to thrifting we go. And that little Disney song is a what's the word? Not highway. Segway. Segway. I don't think that's what I mean either. We're going to have something from Disney in a minute, if you'll all hold on while I wipe my brow. It's hot again. Woo. And I'll tell you what, I'd like to be down the shore, but I don't go anywhere near the shore on any holiday unless it's paid for by someone else or unless I have somewhere to stay. Well, I do have somewhere to stay, but the weather's not going to be good tomorrow, and it's going to be somewhat cloudy and unsettled through the rest of Labor Day weekend. So I'm sticking here in Jersey. Listen, I'm here on lunch break, and I thought, why not pop on and do a little live and a little lunchtime show and tell. That means I'm going to show it and I'm going to tell it. I can't see. Hello, Alicia. How is you? How you am, girl? Down there in beautiful Newark or Newcastle? One or the other. Something like that. I'm parking lot next to a very busy intersection, so I hope that the traffic doesn't bother you. Let me fix this. Okay. Now, what? Yes, do a show. Justine, I did not get to see you. Don't get mad. I know you said, and I saw what you said. You said, don't worry about it. You knew I had a house guest and you knew you would be back. I could not see you that day, that particular day. And then Tennessee, Jimmy Carter. Jimmy who? Oh, it went away. It disappears quickly on your cell phone. The little chatty thing. I hope it's not. No, I'm not in Philly today. Roosevelt Avenue is, ugh. Oh, Roosevelt Boulevard or Roosevelt Avenue in Philly. Whew, that is one of the most dangerous stretches of highway in the country. It is. That thing is crazy. Okay, Justine, because you know that I've got it right inside the house for you. Let me know about your October, not now, but when you have a chance, let me know about your October plans. I'll be, you know, I'm not going away until, well, I'm going away in late September, but I will be back in early October. Verily, if I spill this, I'll be back in early October. Although, I'm going to try to stretch my vacation out a little bit because from then, I stopped to get a cold drink, but I packed a sandwich, and I actually already ate it, so I wouldn't have pimento loaf in my teeth while I broadcast, because it's nothing worse. But I know you people, you would say, Scott, you got pimento loaf in your teeth. Anyway, what? Oh wait, it went away. It went so fast. Now I can't see. Something big was right there, a big message. If you're, I just have to tell you that I'm broadcasting on my cell phone this horizontally, and it'll only hold a comment for like a second. So if you're you went to the Wawa for the first time and you loved it? Oh, right. The comment, I'm just telling you, you might not, if you're sitting at home with a big screen TV or something like that, on a cell phone, when you hold it horizontally, you've got like 2 seconds to read that message. It goes, I mean, it goes wham. Oh, I can see where am I going on vacation. I am going to walk on Beale Street in Memphis. I've never been to Memphis. And I'm actually going, I'm turning it into a, no, you can't scroll. They disappear. They're gone. See, yours just faded, whoever that was. I can press it, but they just go away so fast. Then my hands are up here, so I try to see it. Yeah, I love going to the shore in the autumn season. Love it, and I'm going to do as much of it as I can. You'll see me there in October. We get a nice 80-degree day in October. I'm there. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm 1 hour from my front door to the sand. You can't beat it. That's one of the things I love about Jersey. You can talk smash. You can talk smash all you want about Jersey. But I can be in New York City in 2 hours. I can be at the shore in an hour. I can be in Philly in 2 minutes, right across the river. We've got the Pocono Mountains 2 hours away. Jersey is wonderful. Maybe because I was born here. I don't know. And there are other places that are wonderful too. You went to Seattle? Okay, this is going to be a show and tell. Let me roll this. Wait a minute. Okay. Now, the tell is the Pine Barrens, absolutely. The Batstow River and the Pine Barrens are not it's not very well known outside of locally, so I'm surprised that you are familiar with Pine Barrens. Now see, I got my, oh, I know what it was. Monday night. Monday is Labor Day. Monday night, September 2nd, whatever it is, I'm having my live sale, and it's the Autumn Extravaganza. Now, you will know, because you're watching me right now, that tonight I'm going to be sitting at my computer and I'm going to list at least, I don't know why I feel like I'm just telling you, shh. I'm going to list at least 10 Autumn Extravaganza items in the eBay store, and there'll be more than that. So for those of you who don't like the live sales, or don't watch the live sales, or don't do the live sales, there's going to be a lot of the Autumn Extravaganza in the eBay store. Yeah. So if you're looking to do something with your fall decor, okay, wait a minute. Grew up in Central Jersey and went camping. See, it goes away so bleeping fast. No, nobody can read that. And then I have to put my finger up in your face. Come back. It went, I read, how do they expect anybody? I'm telling you, if you've never, you all have cell phones, just for the fun of it. And you have YouTube accounts, go live one time and just see what it's like. See, now Karen is saying, stop poking me. I know you're joking, Karen, but if I want to see the messages and read them before they disappear in 2 seconds, I have to touch the screen. I'm not even sure where I'm supposed to be looking. I think it's over there. Once you get... Okay, this is... All right, I can't, it's not... I'm not ignoring you, but I can't, it goes too fast and I can't see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not capable. Now, you say, well, gosh, that's a squatty little vase. Aha! Is it a vase? Now, guess what, chicken butt? Now, I know you're going to start saying things and I'm not going to be able to see it. Did you know that in some of the old advertisements, this is why I love printed material that is first, what do they call it? First, oh, there's a word for it, not first hand. Oh, it's in journalism. What is it when it's a primary source? They would say that you can take primary source. Yes, the primary sources say that, and some of you already knew it, it's supposed to go like that. You say, Scott, you're nuts. It's open there, and there's nothing on the bottom. It goes like that. No, it goes like that. Well, it can go like that, and it can go like that. Like that, it is the bottom of the punch bowl, and I think somebody got it. I can't, I bet I look hideous in this. I can't even, yes. So, Joe, I'm gonna call you. I know you say, yeah, well, you keep saying that and you don't do it. I promise you. Really, does it have to make that much noise? Anyway. What? Who's having a midlife crisis? So, Northwood, Fenton, Westmoreland, yeah, I don't know. But like that, it's a punch bowl base. Now, I looked all over. You know who I turned into? Dora the Explorer. And I couldn't find the punch bowl. Somebody broke it. But we have the base. Now, somebody out there has this punch bowl and they need the base. Aha. But the primary, there's one of those long messages. Wait, it's going to go. I grew up spending a few weeks every summer in Stone Harbor. Nice. That's a beautiful shore point. So, clear glass marigold is almost always on clear glass. This is Carnival glass. This is the real old stuff. So 1904 to 1920. But the old advertisements would actually say, take the punch bowl base, turn it upside down, and it can be a jelly compote or a candy dish or a small vase. So the companies were pretty smart and they knew that. So when you see people who have this and advertise it as a vase, they probably just don't know that it really was, its primary reason was as a punch bowl base, but it's versatile enough to be used also as a small decorative compote. What? Hi, David. I guess David is here. David, I just wrote to Tammy well, you know that because you saw it, asking how Tammy was. If you want to tell the people, they want to know. We're all cheering for her to come back. Come back. Tammy, come back. Now that's a song. No, that's Baby Come Back. Let's all sing it as Tammy, come back. I can't remember the rest of the words to Baby Come Back. Hey, Lisa the RN. I will see you and Jeff sometime in September. We're going to have lunch or breakfast. You know what I want to do? Oh, wait. Wait, no! Okay, I am about ready to scream. If the Easter Bunny hopped in here right now, I'd pull his ears. How come I can't see? Oh, I give up on it. Anyway, hey Lisa, I might want to set up and sell just to get rid of some stuff at the Renninger's flea market, and I don't like doing it when it's stinking hot. So it might be in October. I load my truck. I just come in and have a blowout. I mean, a sellout. What did I say? A blowout? No. Hopefully not. You know what I meant. Things I don't want to ship. Yeah, so we could meet. It wouldn't be breakfast then, because you'd have to meet me at 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll come up the night before and stay in a hotel. And then I'll just be up there. Why don't I do that? I'll go up, because it's 2 hours for me. And to get there to set up at 6 o'clock. Okay. Am I still, no, can you hear me? Can you see me now? I'll tell you what happened if you can tell me if you can still hear me and see me. Yeah, I guess it says live. Well, let me tell you. Okay, guess what happened? While I'm sitting in this car, my cell phone sent me a message and it said, I'm too hot. I'm turning myself off until I cool off. So my cell phone decided it was too hot. So it shut down on me. So I rolled up the windows, started the car, and turned on the air conditioner. I don't know what else to do. It's not that hot. If I can stand it, this cell phone ought to be able to stand it. Anyway, that's what happened. My cell phone overheated and it turned itself off. Awful. We'll try it again. It doesn't feel that hot in this car. I'm under a tree. Anyway, I guess everybody's still here. Yeah. The cell phone made a funny noise and the screen went dark. And a message came on and it said, too hot, warning, warning, overload. So I turned on the air conditioning and stuck the phone in front of the vent and it cooled it off and now it's broadcasting again. I'm parked in the shade and I've got something to show you. Here, let's do this. Let's take an Acme bag. We call, in New Jersey, we call this an Acme bag. Now, it doesn't matter what grocery store it comes from. If you're from South Jersey, this is an Acme bag or Acme. This one happens to be from Aldi, but that doesn't matter. When you grow up in South Jersey, you say, I need an Acme bag. And that's what this is. So I'm going to put this Acme bag up here to block. Wait a minute. Okay, that makes me look like I'm up to no good. Sitting in this parking lot with Acme bags in front of the window, that might not be a good idea. Oh heck, who cares? All right, we'll let the air, yeah, Acme, that's right. Right now, Scott, every Wawa looks like a toll booth on the GSP Stay Home. What? Cutting out at my end too. What's cutting out? We don't get. I know. Well, you have to buy bags because bags. We don't get paper bags or plastic in New Jersey. You have to buy. Actually, have to go to Pennsylvania to buy them. So when I was at the Aldi in Pennsylvania, I got a bunch of bags. I can't get paper bags in New Jersey. So they'll still give us plastic straws at some places, not all. A lot of the places are paper straws. I had one here a minute ago. But some of the places you get a plastic straw. Your dash, yeah. Your cell phone, yeah. Okay. So we solved the punch ball base like that. Could be a vase like that. It has versatility. Now, let's open these. These are fresh from the thrift shop, and we either have a cream and an open sugar or a cream and a spooner. I'm just gonna go ahead and say a cream and an open sugar. Ooh. Rather than spooner. But if it's the other way around, then it's the other way around. Okay, so there's the cream pitcher. And you may either refer to that as a spooner or an open sugar. Oh, Karen just did eyeballs. I know. Wouldn't you say, I'd go ahead and say that it's an open sugar. They're the same size, buttons and bows. Shall we all sing it? East is east and west is west, and the wrong one I have chose. Let's go where the... Let's go where the... something. These are delightful, and they are the exact same size. The exact same size. And they are chip and crack free. And I have to figure out where I'm gonna put all. What time is it? I have to keep an eye on my lunch break. You know, I don't know about other people, but I'm gonna do a video someday about self-employed, because I have to tell you, sometimes folks say, gee, you've got the life. Well, I do. I'm very happy with what I do, but I have to tell you, I'm on a schedule. I give myself sick days. I take a 1-hour lunch break. You see, I make sure that I work a certain number of hours a week. And so, because a lot of people, well, now I'm getting off. That's a whole, let's do that some other time. And I started that to let you know that I am on my lunch break, and my lunch break is 1 hour. So I took my lunch break today from 2:30 until 3:30. So this is kind of a working lunch, I guess. But I'm very strict about that, and if I say, well, I'm exhausted and I'm gonna stop work at 4 o'clock today and go home and lie down, that's fine. But then if quitting time is 5 o'clock, then I need to put in another hour. And I'm very regimented on that, because it's just too easy as a self-employed person to say, oh, well, I think I'll just lie in the bed today, or, oh, it's, I don't know, the morning TV show looks good, I think I'm gonna. Not me. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, I have the autonomy. For instance, if I said tomorrow, oh, I'm going to run down the shore for the day, then that means that I just decided to take tomorrow off. Well, then guess what? I'm working all day Saturday. That's what works for me. That keeps me. And so I feel some kind of way when people say, oh, well, you don't have a full-time job, or, oh, well, yes, I do. In fact, I work more hours now than I did when I was in quote unquote business and industry and was punching a clock, But I'd like to do No, it's going to go away. A lot of people can't contemplate alternate works. Yeah, you can choose to make. It goes so fast. It goes so fast. I'd like to do a video on that. You know, sort of how I worked backwards from. You know, how you start off by saying, how much money do I want to make? What do I want my salary to be? Now, you've got to be within means, right? I mean, if I said $200,000 a year, guess what? It's not going to happen doing this. So you start off with, what do I want my salary to be? And then you work backwards. And that's absolutely going to be for another time. I have 12 of these. I got off topic. All right, we're cooling off nicely in here. Was that loud, the air conditioner? So I turned it off. 12. Now, I'm always learning. And one thing that I will never, ever do is guess in order to make myself sound like I know something. There are a lot of folks in the antique world who want to know everything and want to be experts in everything. And so even if they're not sure, they'll give you information and it isn't always right. If I don't know, I'm going to say, I'm not sure. I think this is, in my experience, how I feel. And on these plates, I will tell you the two reasons why I believe that they're old plates and that they're good old elegant depression glass plates from the 30s or 40s. Now, it's not anchor hocking. When I look at these plates, I look at the quality of the glass, and I've turned them upside down, and they have polished bottoms. See? Well, you can't, but maybe you can. This is what's called a polished bottom right there. See that? Then I want to look and see if they were made in France. Because if you find old glass that looks depression, it could be, or it could be a reproduction, or it could be made in France. So there's no French, you know, because the French, what is it, archipelago? I can't remember. Now I'm going to have to roll these windows down. Somebody put it in there. I don't remember. What's that French company? They do a good job. And their glass looks depression-y. But this isn't the French stuff. And remember, a lot of the glass isn't marked. So there's no... it'd be great if there was an H for Heisey or a C for Cambridge. We don't have that on... Yeah, that's it right there. Arca-Rock. So these aren't French. And they have this nice polished bottom. The absence of the French mark and the presence of the polished bottom and the beautiful quality of them, fire polished, leads me to believe that they're probably made by one of the good glass companies of the 20s and 30s. And they did make red plates. And these are little 8-inch plates, so dessert or salad. Hello? Looks like a cough drop. Are you in France now? Somebody says heart from France. It's beautiful glass, that French Arca-Rock. And a lot of it looks like depression. So these are nice plates, and I have 12 of them. Anchor hocking pineapple vase in pink. Unmarked American-made yellow vase. Yes, I'm in French in France. Hello! Hello, France! This is pretty. It's yellow, and it probably had a paper sticker on it, or a foil label, which is gone. Looking very 1940s-ish. Where did you get all of this? I got all of this at thrift shops here in southern New Jersey. Thrift shops. This is chip and crack free. It's a pretty one. Very good accent. I can't do a French accent, but there's I don't know this. Yeah, I'm not. But thank you. I didn't study French in school. We had it. So, oh, what just fell out? Oh, my receipt. All right. Now, lie down. Ouch. Now, you're gonna love, in a minute, take a look at these. Oh, that went away too fast. Let me get this open, and I hope none of these are damaged. They're not. These might not be old. And yeah, oh, I forgot that. These may be in the antique EAPG style. I don't know. But I happen to have 4 of these. Hi, new subscriber. I'm waiting to see the black. Oh, I'm gonna do a video on that, Melanie. I have the electric cords at home. I've got to go back to the workshop, my father's old workshop in my mother and stepfather's house, because a lot of my antique lamp parts are there. I have 4 of these, as you can see. And something's telling me that they're not antique, but they're beautiful. Would love more videos fixing. Yeah, that's my fall and winter. Thank you for asking. Hello in Kentucky. I'll try to hold them still. So I have 4 of these, which could be, is my cell phone getting hot again? It is getting hot again. Let me turn my air conditioner on. Start my car up. Why it's doing that? You know why? It's probably overheating because some nasty halibut is on my other cell phone and I'm getting charged twice. Now, some of you are going to have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got a telephone call late last night from a foul-mouthed tuna, and I hung up on him. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, wait a minute, wait, it goes away so fast. No, you were in New England, blah, 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 driving through the country, did a bit of good for you. Now, it went away so fast. Your new phone, somebody needs to tell YouTube to not make those comments disappear. You can't even read it. And look, until you've tried it, you don't know. I want all of you to try it and see what it's like. Everybody out there should make a video and see what it's like to try to make one, or to try to, what? Okay, now we're gonna go through this stack. What time is it? I still have time. My lunch break isn't not over yet. Have I ever told you? London, come on over. Guess what? My mama is in London right now. Perhaps it's... Yeah, my mother and stepfather are in Europe for a month. London, Scotland, and Wales, I think is where they're going to be. So I have to go over to the house once a week, and I have to adjust the Venetian blinds to make it look like somebody's living there. Nobody's going to break in. Have I told you? Yo, you're from? Hold it still. All right. Everybody knows that's the Baroque blank with the Falstoria chintz etch. And that's another confusing thing, because you'll hear that someone will say that's Baroque. Someone else will say, no, it's not. It's chintz. Well, they're both right, because this was made by the Falstoria. One time, about a year ago, I had the Fire King Jadeite mug, and I said, look at this wonderful Fire King mug. And somebody wrote to me and said, that's not Fire King. That was made by Anchor. No. I said, this wonderful Anchor Hocking mug. And someone wrote to me and said, that's not Anchor Hocking. That's Fire King. You see, that's where, when, stick to one topic. So I literally grew up. Well, we weren't allowed to touch it until we graduated from the child's table to the adult table in the dining room. My maternal grandparents met in 1929. They did not get married, however, until 1936. I believe they would have gotten married 2 or 3 years earlier. But there was a thing called the Great Depression. My grandfather was fine. His father was actually a supervisor at a glass factory. And he had gone to work there actually in 1899. And by the time of the Depression, he'd already been there for decades and had worked his way up to shift supervisor. And so they only had 2 children, so he was fine. But my grandmother was the oldest of 8, and they were not a well-to-do family at all. My great-grandfather had crippling rheumatoid arthritis, couldn't work, and my grandmother was the oldest. So when she was a girl of 18, there were 7 younger brothers and sisters, and her father could hardly work because of how they used to say crippled, and he was all, you don't say that anymore, but could sit on the couch and hardly move, and he died in his 50s. Anyway, my grandfather was worked in the personnel department at the DuPont company. And on Friday nights, he enjoyed working at one of the local jewelry stores downtown. Now, you've got to remember how jewelry stores were in the 30s. It's not like going into a mall today and going to a jewelry store. And of course, it was the 30s. And my grandfather was a very handsome man, very tall, 6 feet tall, beautiful, wavy hair, striking blue eyes, very handsome man. I don't look like him at all. I look like the other side of the family. And always dressed up in a suit and bow tie and everything. And during the Depression, just for a little extra cash, he would work at the jewelry store on Friday nights. And jewelry stores back in the 30s sold crystal, what they would call department store, jewelry store glass. So he started getting, and I don't know whether the pieces were given to him because he worked there, you know, instead of money, or if he bought the pieces. I'm not sure how all that worked because never asked, and there's nobody living today that can tell the story. But the long story, and I'm making it very long, is that during the 30s, my grandfather pieced together a whole bunch of this in crystal and in yellow, and that's the glass. Then they married in 1936 and had their family, and we are still eating and using this glass today. So I have fond memories growing up with this, and my mother will never forget. Her mother, who was the first owner of it, dinner was over and the things were being taken away, but the iced tea glasses were still there. And my grandmother, you know, she did this. Now you know the glass will sing, much like the glass harmonium or harmonica that Ben Franklin, you know, did way back. And I was sitting there, and since my grandmother did it, then my father did it, and then I did it. And my mother came out of the kitchen and admonished us for making the falstoria sing, and my grandmother said, well, it was mine first, or something to that nature. And my mother just slipped back into the kitchen, and we all sat there doing this, making our glasses sing. So I grew up with falstoria chintz. I can tell you it's the one pattern I know, because I've known it at least since I was old enough to sit at the big boys table. Do you have stories like that? I bet you do. And what I should do is interview my mother, because it's all at home in her china or closet. I told her I don't want it. I mean, I do want it, but it needs to stay with you. So it's all of the falstoria chintzes at my mother's house, but I bought that to sell. Only I can make a long story longer. But it is lunch break. What are most of you are my age or older. That's the demographic that watches me. So you will probably remember elegant depression glass patterns, probably that your mothers or grandmothers had in the 30s and 40s and 50s. I'm sure of it. I'm sure you have stories. Now, we are going to go back to my childhood. It is very rare that I ever show you anything, because I hardly ever buy anything from the 70s. It's just not my era. And I was never like attached. I don't have any attachment to like toys from the 70s. Oh, you have from Anchor Hocking? Because as a boy in the 70s, all I wanted to do was take things apart and fix it. I didn't care about, I didn't collect baseball cards, and I didn't like video game. Well, we didn't have video. We didn't have any of that. You know, so, and I wasn't into like dumb games. I don't know. To keep me busy, you gave me a broken typewriter, and you wouldn't see me for days. I would be, you know, or give me a soldering iron or something. That's what I wanted to mess with. So I don't have any fond recollection of like toys from the 70s. But let's go through these, because these are all dated 1977. If I do my Roman numerals. MCNL XXV11, 50, 60, 75, 5, 6, 1977. These are all from 1977 and they look fantastic. Let's go through the whole bundle of them. There are 21. We will start off with, and look, I'll go slow on the first one because it's, did you buy these for your children? Did you have them? This is the See, Hear, and Read. So that's Mary Poppins. There's the book, of course, and the little record. And these records almost look unplayed. Yeah, 1977. Walt Disney's Mary Poppins Song and Story. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And this one is A Spoonful of Sugar. Boy, look at the condition on those records. See, usually children's records, torn, slam up. Look, there I am right there, see me? And that's that little girl that lived down the lane that would come over to play. Look at us in the 70s with our little record player, little suitcase record player. All right, so, and they're all in fantastic condition. Some of the records still with their plastic sleeves. There's Pinocchio, Peter Pan. Wait, what are you saying? Your grandson? Oh, it went by too fast. They all have the record in them, and they're not destroyed. So these are going to be wonderful to sell. Oh, I loved my little record player. That was one of my favorite toys. Dumbo with the records. I paid about 80 cents each for these. Snow White. The Three Little Pigs. See? Yeah, a little suitcase model record player. Yep, with the lid. Winnie the Pooh! Mickey and the Beanstalk. Now this one is dated 1970. So these are all from the 70s. The first few were 1977. This one is 1970. The Jungle Book, 1977. Oh, I used to take my little record player. It had a handle. It had red and white striped, like the Hazel Atlas tumbler. It was wrapped in some kind of cloth. Not cloth, but I mean, that's the way it came from the store. And it was red and white stripes. Lady and the Tramp. That one is 1979. There's another Winnie the Pooh, but this one, is that different from the other Pooh? Yeah, the other Pooh. That's a different kind of Pooh. And here's another Pooh. I forget what that thing is called. What is that? Oh, that's a piglet. I don't know what that is. It doesn't look like a pig. Is that a pig? That pink thing? Sorry, I'll turn I had my air conditioner. Who's that? Sleeping Beauty. And again, what's so wonderful is the records. I mean, there's still, these haven't been, that, you never see them with this. These are unplayed. You know, one of the ways you can know, especially when it's that spindle for the old, for the 33 1/3, you can look at the paper label and look to see if there are any ghost marks, because when you put the record down, you can't see the spindle underneath, and you stick it down and you kind of slide it around until it goes through the spindle, and you'll see, if you turn it in the light, you'll just barely be able to see if there are any, even if the record looks super clean like these do. That's just fuzz. You look to see if you can find, this way, one of the ways people look at records, and you don't see any mark from the spindle of somebody trying to put this in the spindle. So these are unplayed. These are really unplayed. So this is going to be for a, someone is going to remember their childhood. I did not have any of these when I was a child. I had old 78s that were, that's another one of the reasons why I know all these songs that I'm not supposed to know. Like, you know, Chicory Chick, Chala Chala by Kay Kaiser. Why do I know that? Because I had the old 78s that your grandparents had, and that there's Robin Hood. There's Mickey Mouse, Brave Little Tailor. I don't quite remember that. But I was too old for this. Well, I was 10 in 1977. I guess I wasn't too old for it. There's, see? Did anybody have, you're too old. My audience is, we're all too old. You got to be either my age or younger to have had these, but you could be old enough to have had them with your, maybe with your children or your grandchildren. Who's that? Oh, The Rescuers. Wasn't that from the 80s? No, that's 1977. That Hornet looks as if it's up to no good. Oh. Do they have a price on them? They don't have prices on them. So I don't know how, wait, it said what? No, no prices. And then this is 1978. And again, look, the record has never been played. It hasn't even been out of that plastic. Let's see what the witch looks like. Oh, they put an eye patch on her. That doesn't look anything like Margaret Hamilton. I love me some Margaret Hamilton. And the last one is the last one is 1981. That's the newest one, because the Roman numerals are MCMLXXXI. That's 1981. Yeah, and it even says 1981 on the record. See it right there? 1981. So that's the newest one. 1981. And then the rest of them range from, so they range from 1970 to 1981, and there are about 26 of them there, maybe 25. So I thought that would be something different. I don't usually do anything from the 70s, but yeah, I was in this thrift store and I saw them. I said, oh, why not? They're easy. I can throw them on eBay. Let's open up the windows again, because I only have 6 minutes left of my lunch break, and then it's back to work. That's right, back to work. My lunch break is almost over. So I'd like to thank you for sharing your time with me on my lunch hour. I ate my sandwich before. Oh, let me tell you one thing. Best money I ever spent. I hired somebody to do my lawn. And I even gave them an extra, it's two guys. I gave them an extra $10 tip today and 2 bottles of ice cold water. Because I said, you guys, you're out here. I think it's about 93 degrees out here. And I cut my lawn all summer, and I finally found somebody to do it. And today was the first day. So I was there today, and then they'll just come and they'll cut it. Oh no, you're homesick? Oh, well, speedy recovery to you. Everybody ought to have a maid. Yeah. Well, I can take care of the inside. I mean, sometimes I get, well, thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for joining me on my lunchtime. I'm not going to do this every day. I'm not going to do it every week, but I thought, nah. All right, that's it. Oh, see you Monday night, because Monday night is my autumn extravaganza at 8 o'clock. I hope you'll be there. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. And if anybody's watching it after it's over, tell us about the depression glass patterns maybe that you grew up with. Are you old enough for that your mother would have purchased it? You'd have to be up there, because my mother is getting ready to turn 80. She was born in 1944, so she wasn't buying any depression glass. But I just talked about Fostoria, chintz pattern on the Baroque blank or shape. That's what I grew up with, holidays only. But I'd love to know in the comment section below, which pattern do you remember, memories that you might have of depression glass. It might be a nice conversation in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to read all of those. Until I see you Monday night. Oh, I do have a video coming out tonight. So there is a video coming out. I'm not sure what time, but it is a shop along, and that you'll see that video tonight. And then until I see you live again next Monday, enjoy yourselves. Have a lovely unofficial end of summer, Labor Day weekend coming up, and we'll see you next Monday night. Thank you, everyone. Woo, I've got 2 minutes. I've got to get back to work. My lunch is over. Bye. Now what do I do? Oh, there it is. Boop.